Hi, everyone. Jeff Cote here with boatingtechtalk.com. We've got a question from Gordon. Gordon has a question about advice on how to run a generator on his boat. So Gordon asks, Jeff, I've got a 10 kilowatt generator and a 50 amp shore power. I was told that when I'm running the generator, I should only draw about 40 amps and not go to 50 amps like I do when I'm on the dock. What's the reason for this? Well, first of all, I'm not sure that the max amperage for a 10 kilowatt generator is 40 amps. It really depends, and Gordon doesn't specify this. Is this a 220 boat or 120 boat? I'm going to assume, based on the question, that this is a 220 boat, and the output of the generator is 220 at 40 amp. Maybe it goes probably maybe up to 50 amps, and the shore power is 50 amps, 220. So the reality is, even for shore power, even if you have a 30 amp, a 50 amp, it doesn't matter if it's a 120, 220. Think about it like your car. Even though your car might be able to go to 6,500 RPMs, you would rarely want to redline your engine, meaning go to the max RPMs and the max speed that your car can do. Now, of course, it can do it, but it can also, you're going to want to make sure that it's doing it well and that there's no hiccups. So generally, as a rule of advice, even for shore power, if, for example, on my own boat, I have a 30 amp, 120 amp, 20 volt shore power connection, I'll try to limit my shore power connection to about 85% of continuous draw. So maybe I'll do about 25 amps max on a 30 amp shore power connection. And the same would apply for a generator. You don't want to have your generator, let's say it can output 50 amp at 220. You don't want to be taking 50 amp at 220. You want to pull back a little bit. And generally it's about 85%, or if you want to be safe, 80% of max output. It's the same thing with our engines, right? Even as a sailboat owner and even powerboat owners, very few of us are going to go wide open throttle, right? Loaded max. Like, for example, diesel engine. How many of us are going to be running our engines at 3,200 RPM? Because you can, but you can't. And so you want to throttle back for shore power, regardless if it's generator or shore power, and maybe sort of do it for 80, 85% of max. And by doing so, you're going to lessen the chances of having overheating at the connection points, especially the handoffs where shore power connects to your boat. And it's just, I guess at the end of the day, is you don't want to work anything too hard. So even though it says it can do it, you don't want to have it do it. So it's a great question from Gordon, and thanks for asking. And thanks for all of you for tuning in, and I wish you all safe boating. So if you're curious, again, go on our website and find out more answers and solutions with this sort of setup. And thanks for asking, and thanks for all of you for listening and tuning in.